Hey everybody, Adrian Morrison here, and in this video, we're going to talk about split testing by priority number 2. That is male versus female. Men and women will always react differently to ads. It doesn't matter if it's unisex, generic, whatever. Men and women will always react differently to ads. Sometimes one gender could be making you money while the other is losing, right? So it's important to split test this because you can really find where the money is if you do it. All right, so we're going to jump into Facebook and we're going to look at a split test and I'm going to show you the difference between some sales to men versus women for the same product. So let's do that now. Okay, so here we are in my Facebook account, and what I've done is I've broken down my sales with men versus women, okay? And this is on one single campaign. I've generated over 400 sales on this campaign. And I've spent $3,800, and I've made $8,400. So this is a decent size campaign, all right? So this data is extremely valuable, but you can trust it because I've spent a lot of money. It's not just a quick little split test. All right, so now you can see over here, unknown, which some people choose not to say if they're male or female on Facebook. And you've got males and you've got females. All right, now this column that says registration is the number of times a registration was completed. In other words, a purchase was made. So this is the number of sales I made. And my cost per conversion is the average cost for each conversion from my website. So remember, the lower this number is, the better. The lower this number is, the better. We want to spend less money to get sales, okay? And then in this column, we have the amount of money I spent. And then the last column, we have the purchase value. So we have how much money we've actually made. So check this out. This is a pretty even split test, okay? I've spent $203. I'm sorry, I've gotten 203 sales from men on this campaign. My average cost per conversion is 8.73 for men. I've spent $1,700 to make $4,100. All right, that's great. That's phenomenal. It's over 100% ROI. Now, women, I've gotten about 198 sales. My average cost per conversion is $10. Uh-oh, wait a second. I'm almost $2 higher on women. That means this product is resonating more with men. It doesn't mean that women are losing me money. It just means that women are rendering a lower return on my investment. I've spent $2,000 and I've made $4,100. So I've spent more money to make the same amount that I made on from men. Now, this is a scenario where both genders are generating really great profits for me, but let's just say that this was a campaign where this was a huge difference right here, right? And I could come in and say, ooh, the women are costing me more cost per conversions. Right now, remember, this is hypothetical, we're imagining. Forget my real numbers, okay? And we're saying, okay, right now my campaign is breaking even. That means I'm spending $100 to make $100. How can I make my campaign profitable? I don't want to turn it off. I'm so close. I'm right there. How do I turn a profit? Well, if you're able to split test like this, if you follow priority number 2, and you're able to come in here and look and say, oh, okay, men are actually converting better than women. What does common sense tell us to do? Turn off the ad that's only showing to women, right? And when we do that, boom, we go from a negative straight to a positive. And that's because the women were costing us more money per sale. We were breaking even, right? So we were able to rid ourselves of a demographic or a target audience that was hurting us. And now we're left with the audience that is giving us the highest amount of sales for the lowest amount of money, okay? If you're losing money on your campaign and you come in and see this, you might say, oh my gosh, the men right here, the cost per conversion is $17 per conversion. We're making this up, remember. Just all hypothetical. All right, so the men are $17 per conversion, and I'm losing big money to this ad going to men. But the women are making me money. The conversion cost per conversion is great. My ROI is great. So I don't have to turn this ad off. I can just come in and turn off the ad showing to the men. And boom, we're thrown into a profit, from a negative to a profit. You see what I'm saying here? If you allow yourself to see, then you can cherry pick the most profitable ads in your campaign. But you have to split test in order to really do that, right? If you don't split test, then you have no clue really what's going on. All right, so that's priority number 2, split testing male versus female. As you can see, this is a generic product. It's men and women use it. Men are buying it at a higher rate, and that's what I wanted you to see. So split test male versus female, you're always going to get different results regardless of the product. I hope you learned a lot in this video. Go ahead to the next one and let's talk about priority 3.